How the hell am I going to get past this guy? Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome. And in this video, I'll be showing you around some rigid trucks, Scania rigid trucks. So I've got a P250 and I've got a P280. Both of these trucks are from 2013. This green example was purchased by Rory Lynch Transport last year in 2019. It was 6.5 years of age when he purchased this truck. So I'm going to be comparing both of these rigids. This one was bought brand new back in 2013. And yeah, we'll be comparing price. So should you buy pre-owned? Should you buy brand new? Let's discuss that. And I'll also be showing you around the tail lifts as well, how they differ. We have two different make tail lifts on these rigids. So yeah, before I show you around these rigid trucks, I just want to show you some footage of myself driving the Scania R560, doing my collections and deliveries recently around Ireland. Check this out, and then we'll be back to talk rigids. Let's go with the Scania R560. Okay guys, I've just wasted an hour of my life. 3 pallets of rice for this place, and they don't want them. It's a long load on the Scania S650. So you see there in the back of the track unit, they've got a ballast, that big heavy weight sitting on the back, look. That's a long load. Okay, we got that delivery off. It doesn't matter how many years, guys, you're driving or doing groupage, you'll be looking for places. 30 years, 40 years, doesn't matter. So yeah, I have to actually go off and look for another place now, because I don't know. Look at this. What the heck? Now why did he come up that road seeing me come up this road? This guy's seen me come up this road. He's seen me coming down the road, look, and he still comes up it like. Now he can't reverse back the trailer, look. He was coming off a side road, seen me coming down this road. What does he want me to do, go the whole way back into that place? That ain't happening, my friend. I've been making my way from Waterford over to Cork, and I thought things were getting a bit quiet regarding the police on the roads, but I actually came across 3 police stops from Waterford over to Cork. So I'm about 10 minutes from where I need to swap trailers. Now I was to swap a trailer and head straight back to Shannon, but that's all changed now because one of our other drivers is in Tivoli Port and he has broken down. So now I need to collect a flat trailer and go over to Tivoli Port and collect the container that he was supposed to pick up. So yeah, I've got what, about 50 minutes to do this before the port closes. So I should get in there with about 10 minutes to spare, roughly. Yeah, we're cutting it a bit tight, but This is it, guys. This is the haulage business. Okay guys, I've got 13 minutes to go, and you'll never guess where one of the trucks broke down. You want to have a guess? Right in front of the gate to collect at Tivoli Port. Could you have broke down in a worse spot? Look, right in front of the gate. So yeah, maybe I'll find out what's wrong with this truck, but that looks like a van from AOC. Okay guys, so I found out from the driver it has nothing to do with the tractor unit, it's all to do with the trailer. The trailer won't release its brakes, so the brakes are locked on. Probably something to do with the brake chamber, maybe. He doesn't know yet. He's been stuck there now for an hour and 20 minutes, and the mechanic is with him, so hopefully he can get going in a while. But he done the usual thing, in and out with the red Susie several times, see if they would release, but they wouldn't. So yeah, he's going to be stuck there for a while, guys. Yeah, so it's he's in for a long night. Okay guys, we've got a bit of a repair job to do here. Yes, it looks very nasty. Yeah, somebody caught it, so yeah, we need to repair this straight away. We're going to put cable ties through the hole, and then we're going to patch over the cable ties. So we're putting these on it just to give it extra strength. So yeah, let's get to work, guys. Just to patch it up. Right. Okay guys, we're just heating up the patch now. Plenty of heat. And just keep rolling. It gets very smoky with all the heat. I showed you this before, how to patch up a trailer. Woo. So we're just going to heat up the middle first and then work around the edges. It's a bit tricky with the cable ties, but we're putting them on for extra strength because the hole is just a bit too big. This is our fancy work from the inside. Not too bad. Came out pretty okay. Now it's a kind of a balancing act between heating here in between the cable ties. So if you heat them too much, they break. So I broke one, but I haven't broken any more. But the cable ties, as I said, are just to give it strength, and then put the patch all around it. Now you can see it has had previous patches. None of these were patched up by Rory Lynch, by the previous owner, but yeah. And this is what it looks like from the outside. So we just repositioned the strap, so it's slightly higher than the rest of them, but we had no choice. You need to have strength from the strap pulling down. And yeah, so I think we've done a pretty okay job patching that up. Not too bad. Okay, oh yeah, and we just put another one here as well. It was slightly torn there, but yeah, that's as good as we could have got it, guys. So that was how the repair job went on this 2013 Scania P250. As I said earlier in the video, this was brought in from the UK last year in 2019. It was 6.5 years of age when purchased, and now it's operating for Rory Lynch Transport. This P280, this was purchased brand new back in 2013. So we're going to be having a look at both of these trucks just to see how they compare, being both 2013 models. This one though is Euro 5 and the P250 is Euro 6. So from the front, there's not much of a difference between both of these trucks apart from the sun visor. If I just zoom into the sun visor there, there's a bit of a difference in the shape of it. Obviously this one has the 2 spotlights built in as well, but if you look at the shape on this Euro 6 truck, it's just a different design on the sun visor. And the other obvious differences are the headlights. So we have a more modern headlight design on the Euro 6 and the Euro 5, just a different headlight. Now this one has the LED fog lights, they are extra, and the spotlights there as well, they were fitted to this truck. You'll see there we just have the normal filament bulb, fog light there, and no spotlight on the front of this P250. Other than that, there's not much else different in their design. This one has the protection there for the mirrors. So yeah, let's just move around and I'll just give you a quick reminder of the repair job we did on this Scania Rigid. I think we done okay. I mean, it will do the job for a while. The curtains on these this Rigid will eventually be replaced for Rory Lynch transport curtains, and the cab and the back doors will be resprayed as well eventually on the 4x2 Rigid. So let's just start off with the diesel tank here. So this is a 300 litre diesel tank made out of steel. Now therein lies the problem, made out of steel. These tanks should all be made out of aluminium like the articulated trucks. So what happens these is, right, on some of them, they just rust very badly and they end up forming a hole and they'll leak diesel. So this 2006 Rigid, this has a lot of mileage on it, 1.16 million on this 2006 Scania P230, but the diesel tank is on the driver's side. That was replaced and it was repaired because it was leaking diesel because of rust. So yeah, Scania, can we please just have these aluminium? Now you can get aluminium diesel tanks, so why don't they just come as standard? So yeah, I suppose Scania's thinking is, oh, there's going to be a body over it, you know, so less rain will get to it. No, it doesn't work that way in Ireland, okay? So these will just rust and holes will form on some of them. So yeah, you might be the unlucky person to have your leaking diesel tank eventually. So anyway, we have the AdBlue tank on this Euro 6 specification, 47 litres. Now whoever was driving this truck in the UK, they obviously looked after it because that door is closing absolutely perfectly. Both examples were built in France. So yeah, I mean, some drivers, when they're hopping into the truck, they use this handle and will eventually strain the door depending on how heavy the driver is. So yeah, just use the handles and look after your door on the P series. And we have a textile finish on the door card and on the seats, textile finish. We have 2 armrests and we also have lumbar support on that seat. This has the OptiCruise gearbox, so the automated manual gearbox. So yeah, up and down through your gears and press in for manual mode. And we have 3 different driving modes on this. So we have auto mode, auto eco mode and auto power mode. And this one has cruise control. And it has that small little window as well on the passenger side. The P280 does not have that window. And the P280 doesn't have a night heater. This one does. So yeah, pretty okay cab on the P series. Not as big, obviously, as the rest of the Scania range, with the intrusion of the engine coming into the cab. Now you can get a manual transmission for these trucks as well. So it's a 4x4 with a range changer. So you can get a manual gearbox for them if you wish. Okay, so I'm going to start up this P250. You see there the mileage, 465,000 kilometers, and the P280 has 495,000 kilometers. And this one also has the reversing camera, and the feature I love most of all, it's got air conditioning. So the P280 does not have air conditioning, so I would take this truck easily with just this feature alone. I love my aircon. Okay, let's just start it up and give you a quick sound of the engine. Okay, I'm gonna knock it off there. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop back outside and we'll have a quick look at the P280, and then we'll be looking at the tail lifts, see how they differ. So yeah, now there is a 9 litre straight 5-cylinder diesel engine in both of these trucks. Now this one here, it's important if you are shopping for a used Scania P250. Now you will spot Euro 5 specification P250s out there, okay? But they'll be down 100 Newton meters on this particular model. So yeah, this has 184 kilowatt and this one has 206 kilowatt. And the power band is both exactly the same on these trucks, between 1100 and 1350 RPM. So the same power band. So just be careful, you know, if you want a Euro 5 over a Euro 6, you'll be down 100 Newton meters on your Euro 5. So yeah, of course the torque figures on these, this has 1400 Newton meters of torque and this has 1250 Newton meters. And the Euro 5, as I said, it'll be 100 Newton meters less. Okay, let's just walk over and give you a quick look inside the P280. So yeah, the specification on this truck would be down on the other truck. It still does have the 2 armrests, and we do have a part leather finish here on the seats as well. Oh yeah, nicer headlining on this P280. I prefer this headlining, but yeah, as I said, we don't have any night heater. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Let me just start it up here and give you a look at the mileage. 495,000 kilometers. Does the engine sound any different? Let's start it up and we'll give it a look. The engine, okay. She was a bit cold there to start up. Yeah, I think this one sounds a bit of a more deeper tone to the engine. That's just what I think. But yeah, the door on this one doesn't really, it kind of, I don't know, doesn't really have the sound of the other one, the quality sound of the other one. I mean, they're both built in France, so I don't see why there would be a huge amount of difference. But yeah, I suppose it depends what way the drivers are treating the truck. But there you have the 450 litre steel diesel tank. Yeah, and just a bit of difference around here as well. The exhaust after treatment system. So yeah, let's have a look at the tail lifts. Now here on the left, on the P250, we have the Dhollandia tail lift, okay? So you see the design of it there. Now these two pieces fold out. So yeah, I wouldn't really be a fan of this design. I mean, my brother has used both of these trucks and he nearly prefers this Dhollandia tail lift over this Zepro one. So the Zepro one are from Sweden. These are from Belgium, these Dhollandia tail lifts. Now my brother reckons, because he uses these trucks the most, that this one is a more robust piece of design. But I mean, if I were to choose between both of them, I would nearly prefer using this one, but they do have, you know, their quirks. So you see this one has the fixed remote there, so you can't take that out and like stand on the tail lift and still operate it, whereas this one over here, you can stand on the tail lift and operate it. So, you know, you can stand here and then just up your tail lift, and yeah, so that is the way the Zepro one, and then you can just stick it back on with the magnet. So the Zepro one, I mean, it's down at its lowest position there, so you'll see it will be permanently sort of tilted. So say for instance, if you had trolleys, you would have no choice but to stand on the tail lift, use the remote and just, you know, tilt it forward and then hold on to your trolleys. But it's all pretty much straightforward with these tail lifts. I've shown you these before. And just tilt it and you can bring it back in there as well. So yeah, I mean, as I said already, if I had the choice, I would prefer this one. But you see there, it doesn't have the trolley holders anyway. Usually you'd have a little plate that would stick up here on both sides. So if you did have trolleys, you could just flick up your plate and it would hold in the trolleys. But drivers trip over them and they get damaged and they eventually break. So depending of course what way you look after the truck. So yeah, I suppose it's up to yourself whether you prefer this piece of design over that piece of design. So I'm just going to tuck away both tail lifts just to give you a look at what they look like tucked in. Let me just zoom in to the rear reversing camera at the top of the body there on the P250. So not really a great place to put it. If you are backing into ramps, you are going to damage that rear facing camera. It should really be placed somewhere in there just for protection. So yeah, not really a great spot for it up there. So yeah, that is the differences between the P280 and the P250, the two rigids for Rory Lynch Transport. So now let's talk about pricing on these two Scania rigids, the P280 and the P250, both now 2013 models, 7 years of age in 2020. So the P280 brand new, would you believe this truck cost €120,000? What a huge amount of money for a Scania rigid. And then the P250 purchased last year, brought in from the UK, 6.5 years of age at the time of purchase. This truck comes in at €32,000, including VRT, the vehicle registration tax. So yeah, when you bring these trucks into Ireland, you have to get them VRT'd and CVRT'd, which is the commercial vehicle roadworthiness test. This truck also needed a tacho calibration and it had to be weighed. Reweighed, as I should say, because there was a certificate stamped saying what weight the truck is empty, and yet you bring it into Ireland and it has to be reweighed. Why? I've no idea. More money for the government, guys. But anyway, to tax both of these trucks, they're €500 each. So let's just make a quick argument on the P280, okay? Let's just say this truck in 2020, you'd value it at €50,000. That still means that this truck has lost €10,000 in depreciation every year. And that's being kind on the valuation. It's probably worth a lot less than €50,000, but it just goes to show you how much money these trucks lose over the years. But yeah, I do hope you found the video interesting, guys. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did. And yeah, I'll be driving around my Scania R560 next week as usual for the company. So I'll have more footage for you then, guys. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll chat to you all again next weekend for another video, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers! Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome. And in this video, I'll be... Okay, guys, while we're in the queue, we may as well get the boiler going with the jet boil, and we're going to have ourselves a pot noodle. Very nice.